welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today I'm going to be showing a masking technique to make a thank you card, and to do it we're going to be using this Garden Delight stamp set from Ultimu, which you can see is very well loved, and you'll find a lot of tutorials on my channel using this stamp set. And then I'm also going to be using the Spellbinders Be Bold Uppercase Alphabet dies. So you can see it's a nice alphabet and they're quite a nice size as well. So I've used that die set to cut the letters for the word thanks from some masking sheet. Masking sheet, if you've not used it, is just a kind of like temporary adhesive sheet that you can use for all sorts of masking projects. So I'm going to pop these letters in the middle of my card blank. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch white card blank. That's made of Nina Solar white cardstock. Now I want to pop these letters in the middle. So it took a bit of fiddling, but I'm happy with that now. And so then I want to cover it with a pattern. So I'm going to use my stamps, and I want all of the letters to be completely covered if possible. So I'm going to put that flower there, and then I'm going to put this leaf here so it covers the rest of the N. I don't really want it to overlap my flower though, so I'm going to be quite careful with the placement. And then I'm going to use this smaller flower. And then I'm going to add some more leaves just to balance it out a little bit. And then I don't make orange cards very often, but I quite fancy orange on this, so I'm going to use this set of oranges. So we've got Sunkissed Orange Cream, Autumn Blaze and Fire Brick, and I'm going to use those for the layers of the flowers. So let's start with that bigger flower. So the Sunkissed is the lightest of the colours, so I'm going to stamp that first. And I'm going to make sure that that goes nicely over this. It will actually fill the whole flower with that colour. And you can see there's a bit more gap around the letters than I'd like, so I'm going to put it on again, and I'm going to make sure I press extra hard this time. And I think that looks like a much better impression that time. So I'm going to use the orange cream for this next one. And I'm going to use the Autumn Blaze. I'm not really going into a lot of depth about how I line these up in this video. I've done that before, so I'll link another video below in case you're interested, where you can see how I've lined these up in a bit more detail. And then actually I think instead of using the Fire Brick, I'm going to use a different colour for the middle. I think I'm going to go with the Citrus Burst, which is a nice bright yellow. And I'm going to use that for this one too. So then I'm going to use the same colours to build up the other flowers. And then I'm going to use these Parrot, Olive and Moss inks for the leaves. Then the other thing I'm going to do is use this pale iceberg colour of my alcohol markers from Ultimu, and that is from this Island Garden set. And I use the pointy end. Normally you'll see me use the brush end, and I'm just going to go around the flowers, and the main point to this is that there's a few areas where there's a tiny bit of the letters that aren't covered, and I want it all to be covered so it's quite clear what it says. So I'm just doing this, and that will help make those letters look more clear. The other thing that's quite nice about doing this is it really makes the flowers pop off the page. So now that that's outlined, we can do the big reveal and pull our letter masks off. And now you can see we've got this really fun thanks. So then the final thing I'm going to do just to finish that off is to pop some of these Buttermilk Nuvo drops in the centres of the flowers, and then I'm just going to dot a few around as well. So then there's today's card finished. I really hope you enjoyed this video and the technique that we used. If you did, I'd appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All the products that we've used for today's card are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.